A lot of people thought your first title defense would be against Yan Xiaonan after Yan beat Jessica Andrade, and the UFC went this direction with Amanda. Were you surprised by that decision, or did you expect Amanda to be your next opponent?
Yeah, I'm not surprised about this match at all because we started working on this fight very earlier than Yan's fight. So since after my last fight and Lemos beat Marina, so then we just start working on this fight. We just working on some details like the date, the location. But yeah, we start work on this fight earlier than Yan win Jessica Andrade.
Welcome back to Fight Week. First fight week competing for a UFC world title. What's going through your mind right now with this being a title fight? Does this feel different compared to most other fight weeks?
Every fight I've had, I've always imagined that I was actually fighting a champion. So I'm in a good place. My head is in a good place, and I'm ready to bring a belt in.
I asked Amanda about this earlier, but this fight, to me and a lot of other people, they feel like it's flying under the radar with the main event being so heated. Do you feel that way as well? Do you feel like this fight is kind of sneaking up on people?
So, what I feel is there are still a lot of people focused and concerned about my fight, especially in China. A lot of people follow this fight. They want to watch this fight. Of course, I know maybe in the U.S., more people gonna concerned about like O'Malley and Sterling's fight. But yeah, I do feel there's still a lot of people that want to watch our fights.
Amanda feels like she's being overlooked, and she feels like she said, I believe the exact words were, she has advantages over you across the board. So wanted to get your thoughts on what she said, that she's better than you everywhere across the board.
那就这周六笼子里看吧。
Let's see Saturday in the Octagon. Then we'll have the answer.
This is a really interesting matchup in a lot of ways. And with the main event having so much heat on it, it almost feels like this fight is flying under the radar a little bit. Have you noticed that as well? And do you feel like you, as the challenger, are flying under the radar?
Com certeza, né? O público pode não estar falando agora, mas com certeza nossa luta vai ser a luta da noite. Vai ser uma guerra e vai ser histórica.
Surely, and people may not be talking about it now, but they will be talking about it afterwards because it's going to be a war and it's going to be historic.
Zhang has looked really good, especially in her last fight with Carla to regain the title. A lot of people feel like she's peaking right now and that she's in the prime of her career. Do you agree with that? Have you been impressed with what she's been able to do over these last couple of fights?
Com certeza, a Weili é uma atleta completa, forte, mas eu me sinto muito mais forte. E eu vou mostrar sábado quem é a nova campeã da categoria.
Surely, Weili is coming very strong, a complete athlete, and again, very strong coming up, but I'm going to show that I'm stronger, and on Saturday, I'm going to show who is actually the strongest in the division.
So Amanda was in there earlier, and we asked stylistically how you match up, and she says that she believes that she has the edge in both the striking and the grappling. Obviously, I'm assuming you disagree with that. What's your thoughts on her comments?
我觉得她很自信，然后她确实挺强的，她的这个就是特别有刚性，而且有爆发。但是我也有这样，也有这种爆发，也有这种一击必杀的能力。但是我觉得我这次想做的是，像水一样，然后不管它出现任何角度，还是出现任何空当，我都会像水一样把它包裹起来。
Yeah, I think I know Lemos is good. I admit she's a very good fighter, and she is very aggressive, and her fighting style is like she's hard hitter, hard kicker. She possesses the knockout power, but so do I. And what I want to showcase more in this fight is to fight like water. I can fight very flowing, smooth, and shapeless. I can let the water just wrap her up. And even if she made any tiny mistake, I can catch it and finish her.
If you are able to get this win, you get the job done Dana White wraps that title around your waist on Saturday night. What will that moment mean to you? Have you allowed yourself to picture what that's going to feel like?
É só o que eu vejo na minha cabeça. É só o que eu vejo na minha cabeça, é o cinturão na minha cintura. Eu levanto esse cinturão para minha família, para o meu time, para o Brasil inteiro.
That's all I have in my head. Having that belt around my waist, taking it back to my family, taking it back to my team, to Brazil. That's the only thing that's on my head.
When we talk about the division right now, a lot of people are talking about Weili facing Yan Xiaonan for a China-China matchup. They're talking about undefeated Tatiana Suarez. Not a lot of people are talking about you. Do you feel like, besides the fight being overlooked, but you specifically are being overlooked and that's going to help you shock the world?
No sábado.
Com certeza. Quanto mais eles me esquecem, mais eu fico motivada. E mais estou preparada para ganhar esse título. E aí, sábado, eles vão se dar conta de quem é Amanda Lemos.
Surely they are. The more they forget, the more motivation I have to go out there and get the title. And Saturday, they will know who Amanda Lemos is.
Going to ask what kind of pop you think you're going to get from the crowd. I think given your history of strong performances and, exciting fights, the crowd, I think, will really get behind you. Is that a sentiment that you feel like you'll share with the crowd there?
为我加油呐喊！对，我非常期待大家为我加油呐喊，一起喊伟力，伟力，伟力。
Yeah, what I expect is everybody in the arena will cheer for me and shout my name, Weili, 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 on this Saturday.
Part of your story is, wasn't that long ago, she was a taxi driver, and now she's fighting for the world champion. Just reflect on what that's going to do for her when she thinks about the journey from then to now.
A minha história, chegar até aqui é um filme. E aí, se eu falar da minha história aqui, vai ser uns dias aí para contar. Mas sabendo que eu vou disputar o cinturão e vou ser a campeã da categoria, me faz ver que tudo que eu passei lá atrás, todo o sofrimento, todos os perrengues que eu passei, valeu a pena. E aí eu vou ter história para contar.
The story of my life, everything that I've been through, is like a movie. It would take me days for me to go through everything it's actually to tell you the entire story. But the fact that I'm here, that I'm fighting for a belt, that I'm going to be a champion, it makes me see that everything was worth it. And then I'll have a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah, and my last question. When we break down the main event, it's a pretty simple breakdown. It's usually people talking about Sterling's grappling versus O'Malley's striking. Mm-hmm. But in this case, they're both kind of known for their striking and their grappling. So does she see one area where she says, if it's a brawl, I'm going to win, or if it's a ground fight, I'm going to win? Is there one area she thinks she has a bigger advantage?
Eu tenho vantagens em todas as áreas. Eu estou vindo para essa luta bem completa, bem focada e bem mais forte. Uma Amanda diferente de todas as outras lutas. Então, acredito que isso vai ser fundamental assim, para eu ganhar esse cinturão.
Ser diferente, você diz?
Sim.
Ser diferente.
Sim.
Just wanted to clarify something. I believe I have advantages across the board in all areas. And I think you're going to see a different Amanda that you've seen in the past. And I think that is my advantage. And I asked specifically, is it the fact that you're going to be different than you were? She said, yes, the difference, being different than what I've done in the past.